2025 is promising good horror movies and TV shows overall. For today's video, we picked the top 10 best horror movies of 2025. This list contains so many good horror movies that you're definitely going to find a great one and end up watching it. Now, before we get into the video, if you're a fan of movies and want to find good ones to watch, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. So, without any further ado, let's get into the video.
I don't come unless I'm called. Today's the day.
Number 10 on our list is Final Destination: Bloodlines. Final Destination: Bloodlines is the sixth installment in the iconic Final Destination franchise, set for release on May 16, 2025. Directed by Zach Lipovsky and Adam Stein, with a screenplay by Guy Busick and Laurie Evans-Taylor, the film is generating massive buzz among horror fans. While details about the plot have been kept under wraps, we do know some key information about the cast and direction of the film. The movie will feature Breck Bassinger, Teo Briones, Caitlin Santajuana, and Richard Harmon in key roles. But what fans have been most eager to hear is about Tony Todd's involvement. The legendary horror actor, who has been a staple of the franchise, will return as William Bloodworth, and this time, the movie will delve into his character's backstory and connection to death, making his involvement all the more significant. Tragically, Tony Todd passed away in November 2024, making this film an emotional tribute to his legacy in the Final Destination franchise. The focus on his character feels especially fitting to honor his work, and fans are eager to see how this chapter unfolds. If you're looking for a horror film that delivers on the thrills and spine-chilling tension, this one is certainly going to be on your list. Stay tuned till the end of the video, as we have many more great horror movies to talk about that will be worth watching.
Watch out!
Only by embracing death will it pass you by.
Number 9 on our list is Drop.
Can we start over? Somebody keeps sending me these.
You gotta be within 50 feet to send a drop.
Drop is an upcoming American mystery thriller set to be released in theaters on April 11th, 2025. The film follows Violet, played by Megan Fahey, a widowed mother who, after years of being single, finally agrees to go on her first date in a long time with a man named Henry, played by Brandon Sklenar. However, the evening takes a dark turn when Violet starts receiving anonymous messages on her phone. The messages contain chilling threats, targeting her loved ones unless she follows the sender's increasingly dangerous demands. As Violet tries to stay ahead of the situation, the stakes escalate, and she finds herself forced into a desperate survival game that culminates in a horrific choice. She must decide whether to kill her date to protect her family. If you're a fan of intense thrillers that keep you on the edge of your seat, this movie promises to deliver. It's a tense and gripping tale of survival, trust, and betrayal. Stay tuned because we have more jaw-dropping horror films left to show you in this video.
Violet, everything okay?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Number 8 on our list is The Woman in the
My
Yard.
husband will be back very soon.
We both know your husband's not coming home. I don't come unless I'm called. Today's the day.
The Woman in the Yard is an upcoming American psychological horror film set to hit theaters on March 28, 2025. The story follows Ramona, played by Danielle Deadwheeler, a woman struggling with grief and recovery after surviving a car accident that took her husband's life. Now, with serious injuries of her own, she is left to care for their 14-year-old son, Tay Peyton Jackson, and 6-year-old daughter, Annie Estella Kahija, alone in their isolated farmhouse. But just as they begin to adjust to their new reality, a mysterious woman dressed in black, Okwi Okpakwasili, appears in their yard. At first, Ramona assumes she is lost or in distress, but soon it becomes terrifyingly clear that this stranger has sinister intentions. Now, Ramona must fight to protect her children from an escalating and unknown threat. If you're looking for a suspenseful, eerie horror film that will keep you on edge, The Woman in the Yard is definitely one to watch. And if you're eager for horror movies you can watch right now, stay with us till the end. We've got some fantastic recommendations coming up.
Gets to get off my property.
You children are such darlings. Ripe enough to eat.
Number 7 on our list is Sinners.
We got us a problem now.
What the hell going on?
Oh, we heard tale of a party.
This world already left you for dead. I can save you from your fate.
You don't need no saving.
Yes, you do.
Sinners is an upcoming American period supernatural horror film written, produced, and directed by Ryan Coogler. Starring Michael B. Jordan in a dual role as twin brothers, the movie takes place in the 1930s Jim Crow-era southern United States, where the siblings return to their hometown, only to confront a greater, sinister force. The supporting cast features Hailey Steinfeld, Jack O'Connell, Wunmi Mosaku, Jamie Lawson, Omar Benson Miller, Lee Jun Lee, and Delroy Lindo. While the exact nature of the horror remains a mystery, early reports hint that the film might delve into supernatural elements, possibly involving vampires. With Coogler at the helm and Michael B. Jordan leading the charge, Sinners is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated horror films of the year. Keep an eye on this one. You won't want to miss it.
I am your way out. Don't cry. It's all better now.
Yes, I lied to you.
Number 6 on our list is Vicious.
After slipping down a rabbit hole contained inside a mysterious gift from a late-night visitor. The production took place in Ottawa, Ontario.
Directed by Brian Bertino, Vicious Beast is set to debut on February 28, 2025, with Dakota Fanning starring in the lead role. The story follows a young woman who receives a mysterious gift from a stranger, only to find herself trapped in a terrifying nightmare as she fights for her life after falling into a twisted rabbit hole hidden within the gift. Not much else is known about the film, but that might actually work in its favor, as the little we do know sounds incredibly disturbing. Bertino, known for his work on The Strangers and the Strangers, Pray at Night, has already proven his ability to craft tense and chilling atmospheres. If Vicious can match the intensity of his previous films, it could be one of the scariest horror releases of the year. But if you're looking for even more terrifying movies, stick with us until the end. We still have some incredible horror films left to reveal, and there's no doubt you'll find one that grabs your interest. Before we continue with the video, I just want to remind you, if you're enjoying it so far, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the video. Number 5 on our list is The Monkey.
No, 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 no.
The Monkey is a supernatural horror film directed by Osgood Perkins, based on Stephen King's 1980 short story of the same name. The film was released in theaters on February 21, 2025. The story follows twin brothers, Hal and Bill Shelburne, who discover a mysterious wind-up monkey toy in their childhood home. After a series of tragic and bizarre deaths tear their family apart, the brothers dispose of the toy, believing they've ended its curse. However, 25 years later, the monkey resurfaces, initiating a new killing spree that forces the estranged siblings to confront the cursed object and their shared past. The Monkey has received mixed reviews from critics. Rotten Tomatoes reports a 78% approval rating based on 260 reviews, with the consensus stating, Cruelly clever with some unforgettably bloody set pieces, The Monkey reaffirms director Osgood Perkins' horror credentials, while revealing that he also has a wicked, albeit sick, sense of humor. Meanwhile, the New York Post criticizes the film, calling it a poor man's Chucky that isn't scary or funny, highlighting its failure to effectively blend horror and comedy elements. As for me, I believe this movie is worth watching, and you're definitely going to enjoy it.
For life and death. In its most devious ways.
Number 4 on our list is Hard Eyes. Hard Eyes is a 2025 American horror comedy slasher film directed by Josh Rubin. It was released in theaters on February 7th, 2025. The film follows Allie McCabe, Olivia Holt, a pitch designer, and Jay Simmons, Mason Gooding, a consulting advertiser, who are mistaken for a couple by the elusive Heart Eyes killer while working overtime on Valentine's Day. This misidentification leads them into a perilous situation as they become targets of the serial killer who has been terrorizing romantic couples on Valentine's Day. Number 3 on our list is Companion.
Just remember to smile and act happy. Okay?
Companion is a science fiction thriller that premiered in theaters on January 31st, 2025, directed by Drew Hancock. The film stars Sophie Thatcher as Iris and Jack Quaid as Josh, a couple whose weekend getaway with friends at a remote cabin spirals into chaos after a shocking revelation about one of the guests. Iris and Josh join their friends Kat, Megan Suri, Patrick, Lucas Gage, Eli, Harvey Guillane, and billionaire cabin owner Sergei Rupert Friend for a retreat at a secluded lakeside lodge. The gathering takes a dark turn when it's revealed that Iris is an advanced companion robot, leading to a tense exploration of artificial intelligence, autonomy, and human relationships. Stay with us until number 1 because we have some really solid horror movies left to talk about in this video. Number 2 on our list is Presence.
I never had anybody die.
Scary. And it goes on.
What do you mean?
Presence is a supernatural thriller directed by Steven Soderbergh that was released in theaters on January 24th, 2025. The film uniquely presents its narrative entirely from the perspective of a ghost inhabiting a family's new home, offering audiences an immersive experience into the supernatural realm. The story revolves around the Payne family, parents Rebecca, Lucy Liu, and Chris Sullivan, along with their children Chloe, Kalina Liang, and Tyler, Eddie Madej. As they settle into their new residence, the unseen spirit observes the family's dynamics, uncovering underlying tensions and secrets. The film delves into themes of familial discord and the unseen forces that influence our lives. Presence is one of the best horror movies of this year, so if you are looking for a solid horror movie, go ahead and watch it. And let me know how you liked it in the comments. Before we reveal number 1, let's talk about honorable mentions. The Conjuring, Last Rites.
It's not just a haunting, Ed.
28 years later.
5, 9 and 20 miles today, 4, 11, 17, 32 the day before. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Don't.
Number 1 on our list is Wolfman. Wolfman is an American horror film that was released in theaters on January 17th, 2025. Directed by Lee Waniel, the film stars Christopher Abbott as Blake Lovell, a writer who, along with his wife Charlotte, Julia Garner, and daughter Ginger, Matilda Firth, moves into his childhood home in rural Oregon After his father's mysterious disappearance, the movie is a reboot of The Wolfman from 1941. It follows a young family of 3 who move to Oregon to inherit the childhood home of the father, Blake, Christopher Abbott. Shortly after moving in, during a full moon, Blake is attacked by a werewolf that claws his arm. The family barricades themselves inside their house for safety, but soon, Blake begins to transform into something equally as terrifying as the threat that awaits them outside. Wolfman is also produced by Blumhouse and Ryan Gosling and is the newest installment in the rebooted Universal Monster Cinematic Universe, which also includes 2017's The Mummy and 2020's The Invisible Man. In 2025, this movie is one of the best horror films, so if you are a fan of horror movies, don't look for another. Immediately watch this. Let's wrap up today's video on the top 10 best horror movies of 2025. Did we mention any of your favorites, or did we miss something important? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. If you're more into action movies, check out our top 10 best action movies of 2025 video next. Trust me, the films in that list will definitely live up to your expectations. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.